Coming in from Disturbed in the backlines of the B site, seeing where Snappy is, trying his best to take those shots into the backlines on Spinks instead, spotting out that bomb, but can't quite get the kills against him. Instead it's D to strike first, Disturbed in X7, trading back and forth. Hades on a flank position towards the Xbox, finds Aerial first and foremost, but Slowy there with a very quick responsive trade. 2 versus 1, Dotto on a flank, sees X7, struggles to get that kill, but gets it together in the end, now leaving it all against Slowy and Dotto. Neither player with Kevlar, both with decent pistols. A minute to go for Dotto to try and win this fight out, lest he falls to the timer alone. And Slowy is baiting for time, eventually gets his head taken off, and Dotto kicks things off with a pistol for ENCE.
That was a very good recovery coming through from Dotto.
Very barely. The T's can find that kill relatively easily if they continue extending up here. They're still looking towards the gap position. Aerial still waiting for his fight in. The flashbang doesn't catch him. He gets his dink off against Dotto, but Dotto is there with the trade.
A lot more fighting coming through for the City side. You can see Zori and Slowy trying to... They kind of have to move, but the HP numbers are awful.
Leaning up, Disturbed, seeing what's going on. Flash blinded, got to leave Zori to bait him out. 2 kills to his name, drops that bomb, and Slowy swings back from mid to find Spinks over a scaff and gets that first round to the board of HAVU. A very nice hold there on the C forces. He likes to Dotto to 66 kill in for Hades, not quite found. He has seen X7 though, the flank can complete itself from Dotto. He's looking left and right. X7 still adjusts for him though. Swing out with the headshot, a 4v3.
Attempt out to the back of yellow, looked like it was going to be successful, but didn't find anything.
Burster on D, taking tags. Hades does get overwhelmed by Aerial. 2 players now standing for the ENCE side. Burst through, can't catch the kill. Smokes involved. D looking to his left, desperate to burst up and get some sort of frag back. Spinks takes his swing. Is Disturbed there with a trade, and D with it all to do. Low HP does find that first player in the 1v3, but now needs to pick up the bomb and get it planted. Backed up behind white box, smoke in. X7's not been seen. I think he might have caught a shoulder of D. He's looking onto that position now. Swing back, kill gets found. Turns away back towards the main entrance. Smoke, I think, missed out on the regular plant position. Aerial taps that bomb regardless. Kits in play. Sprays through on D. He's stalling for time. I think he's got it. Yes, he has. He's held it off. He didn't quite get the 3K, but he was able to win the round regardless.
What a well-played round coming through from Dia, and after so much distraction gets pulled out on the A side, he's got to make some room for himself out on B, and he just isolates so many of these individual fights. X7
scaffolding will spray through towards the stairs area, give up his angle, put the smoke down to buy himself some cover. Try and aggress further to the banger position, but him winning this fight is very unlikely. He does come up against Hades regardless though. Seeing Snappy as well, trying to find that flank position. At point blank, the M4 bursts through, but Snappy does get the headshot through the smoke. So 2 for 1 on the trade. And Spinks catches Aerial at the perfect timing. If he swung out a second later, he would have missed his window. So
you have a very slim window of being able to get that opportunity, and now for Zori, he's pretty much alone out on the B side. If he falls, this round is finished, and yeah, sloppy on the spray up against Dia. Really nothing that X7 could do, and for ENCE, they're just everywhere on this default.
Next 7 out towards that mid control, will try find something to return, but only Hades to fall with the Galil in hand means that the AKs can come out pretty nicely for ENCE. Off the scaffolding in the little girder. Secondary nade, tagging him to 10 points of health once again. The Molotov should force him out of the way. Disturbed up close though, sprayed up by Snappy. Slowy forced back into the backlines, putting a smoke down to buy himself some cover. A 4v4 has been gained. Only 2 players to this site defensive. The other 2 are on rotation, but Slowy's being flanked and now he's being found. Man advantage tips to favor ENCE as the bomb can be secured.
This has to be a save. I don't see a retake being possible at all. HAVU need to just be able to get back in here because they've got 1 kit, they've got no util, and they're tagged up.
Hades, or I thought he was going to be taken down by the Orphan M4 with the max loss bonus, with the investment coming into this round. If they're going to go for a buyback, it's going to be a very hard buyback here from the CT side.
And this is just like another project really coming through from Snappy. Like, I think when we looked at that contact lineup, we saw a lot of potential. We saw a lot of really sick fraggers. That's where he even brought Spinks over from that lineup, but never really had the caliber, and I just commit with this.
They may well do. I mean, that bomb's still downstairs, though. D is the only player really making his presence known in the side. He is going to get a kill on Disturbed, though. If he can double up, that will be B completely open, but Slowy finds his response. And X7 over towards Ramsey's Dotto's head, gets the dink off. Awkward sprays, though, cannot win the fight. Dotto's on 10 HP and still stays alive. Now A site is theirs. They have got Aerial close to position here for HAVU, but the AWP are watching him for the overextension, which it looks like is what he's going to peek into. And the kill comes in for a 1v3 now for Slowy. He realizes that that's just not even likely. It's just better to hold on to the rifle, better to hold on to something going forward for HAVU, because well, the lost bonus has knocked back a peg and things, well, they're going to take a turn for the worst.
Now, it does allow a little bit more of a heavy stack out to the A side. Three CTs all together, putting more utility down, trying to slow the play. Snappy looking to take the duel straight away to Aerial, who does actually manage to find a couple of kills. Trade coming back, more is so in favor of the City side. Numbers still not in favor. And for HAVU,
the site itself, get that bomb plant in, at least get the bonus money, if nothing else. But for ENCE, a round that they should have won, and they might concede it. Still disturbed with a swing out, a kill for the SMG, and the AK in a 1v3 can't win it out. HAVU starting to find a couple of breakaway points. Still nothing definitive. They're still going to lose the half, but...
And then coming back towards the CTs, doing a fair bit of chip damage to start off with the Serb. That one is a little bit better.
X7 a kill to find things off. Snappy does get traded as well by Aerial. D is still there to find a responsive frag, and Disturbed is so low that he's easy to fall with the scaffolding player as Spinks ready to cut off those rotations here at CT. He's slowly and silent.
It seems like they don't really want to have too much in it. Maybe they do. X7's making a little bit of a play out towards the B stairs. Does have the AK in play. Hades with the AWP. Doesn't quite hit the shots.
Was very close to landing it though. Second shot as well. Doesn't quite connect it. Third one also misses out. A bit too overcooked there in X7's part. Dia can bail out the AWP. Slowy can get his own AWP involved, and Spinks will follow suit on Slowy to keep two players alive and keep 7 pixels away from giving up the angle. He's been seen now. That little side poking out for Dotto, finds his back, shoots him down. 2 kills to his name. Spinks by more striking towards the mid position. Doesn't expect Slowy to be there, so the SMG can find the trade. And now it's time for the P90 to strike. Zori's going to get flashed out of position here. Slowy still lurking in towards that B site, recognizing that there is a bit of T presence. The bomb's going to make its way up there, and D's drive-by connects again. Zori now left alone and being franked out by Dotto, actually. Still finds the kill regardless. We're now going to grab that AK and go for the clutch here. It's the last round of the half. He has no choice. He can't save. It's not possible to do so.
It's already like a player in sniper's test of Dia. Like, they've just got so aggressive out in this post plant. Looking to take the duel in, but not to be. 16 kills and 7 deaths down for Dia.
The pistol round coming in for the second half. And if ENCE win this, imagine that HAVU might be left for dead here. Dotto, USP straight into the mid control alongside Spinks on the crossfire to get those headshots involved. Dotto makes it a triple, and X7 is very quickly left alone.
Well, okay then. Let's just try and rush out mid. Oh wait, crossfire being set. We'll just keep going. Dotto even looking for a little bit more. Maybe that was a bit too hungry. Wanted to find his 4K. Wasn't entirely necessary considering they've got the bomb in that mid control in favor of the CTs. Dia even getting the last shot off. ENCE, what a way to just carry momentum.
Something tells me Dotto didn't mind the burst through, trying to catch off Zori, trying to catch off the other Deagle in the back that taps up Zori and Aerial. Aerial in particular is going to get caught as that first frag. Hades kicks things off with a FAMAS in hand.
They just need some space. Need some way to get a pick, and at least that's the one over to the B side. That can start moving the CTs over, allow the mid player to get a little bit more involved.
Disturbed in with the kill back on Spinks at least, so a couple of good kills here for the HAVU side, and it's not making this the...
Dotto getting quite in quickly, just trying to see if he can spam through that smoke, get a little bit of tag damage in, but the CTs are still late to rotate.
Oh, Zori there with a shot in on Hades. 2 players left standing now for ENCE. M4 bursts through, tags up, flashes inbound. Smokes on, seeing where Zori is. Dotto gets his headshot in against Zori's part. So 3v2 situation. But ENCE, I think they might be left with a little bit too little time. There's no kits in play for these 2 CT members, so Dotto's going to wait around, hopefully get an exit frag. Grab at least 1 rifle, they'll not get away with that. Dotto at least gets that exit on Slowy to try and make sure that no weapons stay in for HAVU. All's face for the moment. Slowy's Mac 10 ready to receive on Hades, gets the kill in. Aerial looking up against the M4, transfers the spread to the second man, gets the triple in the end. Fantastic sequence from him. Yes, mostly against pistols, but still impressive nonetheless. And ENCE, now down to the... Aerial forced back here, spray through on Dotto, doesn't quite get the kill against him. But down at 31 points of health, the CTs are on a major advantage, and Spinks still lurks at that mid control. Disturbed walks right into him and gives back a 5 versus 3 now to ENCE.
You just can't expect that. Like, ENCE goes somewhat aggressive. They take that first duel, they drop that bomb. You think, okay, 5 on 4, they're just going to fall back. They're going to play passive, play the numbers game. And instead, Spinks is still looking for a fight. Snappy even walks out towards ramp.
Can you see X7? I think he might have just spotted him. He has now. Surely he must. No, he didn't. Okay. All right, well, X7 does get that 1 kill on towards ramp. Dotto's outside Ali, though, and X7's not checking it, so he falls right into his crosshair, I should say. Aerial 1v4. There with immediately by Dotto for his own 2K. AK picked up when he can find it. There it is. 14-6 for ENCE. 29, he's forced back to Sniper's Nest.
Try and get that bomb plan in. Nades coming through onto the default position. They get missed, actually.
Now allows no damage to come through on the CT side. Finally, slowly does get netted that position, but X7 there with a response back on Dia. 4 versus 3, and slowly but surely Disturbed is creeping up here. Is he down with the mid lurk? I think he might just be the footsteps from Spinks. He's on rotation back for the retreat. He does get away with that 1 kill to keep the economy low for the ENCE side, and HAVU do steal away a 7th.
And that was a really good mid lurk coming through for Disturbed, and he might even be able to get a little bit more extra damage. Hades being able to get a couple of kills with the AK, just trying to hold on to the weapons, but straight away, it's an info play, right? Yeah, it might not get a massive amount of damage. Disturbed only gets 1 kill, but as soon as he sees Spinks leaving CT or getting in...
Sorry though, just information being gained, no secondary kill for the moment.
Oh, 1v1 duel out from mid. Spinks, can he deal with the angle? Disturbed doesn't even really do any damage towards him. Only 20 points of health. And now for ENCE, they might even get more aggressive.
That's what they'll do. Snappy straight in against Aerial. Follows through with a second, almost transfers to the 3rd. But he's done his damage and he's done enough. Sorry, all alone. And sorry, mate, you're out of this one. 16-7, ENCE finally make it happen. A good comeback attempt from HAVU and some decent recovery rounds over the course of this map.
Fell. They knew exactly where he was. It does allow Hades to make a little bit of an info play, start pushing the upper tunnels. He can apply a bit of a backstab in, but for ENCE, they need to pick back themselves.
And there it is, the finds Aerial, turning back in the ESP alongside Spinks' face. They're both players tapping forward, can't play, get the skills together. Slowly turns around that P250, X7 also follows suit on Spinks. So back to the man advantage for HAVU, and they doubled it up to 2, a 4v2. Bomb plant secured, X7 will get found on the return, and now Hades in the back lines has been seen by Zori. Drive by shooting, the USP's accuracy is thrown completely off towards that cross on the smoke. He can find Snappy, and they drop that kit on the T side, so it's all left to Hades to do it all. He's known there towards the long control. Can't quite seem to find Zori, can't quite seem to find anything. He's backing off to save the Kevlar.
There's already an exit attempt coming through for Slowy, so holding on to this Kevlar could be quite difficult for Hades, knowing that they have seen him. He's trying to back off, trying to see if he can hide, but it just isn't happening. HAVU, it took us position, so that's the early contact info. Trying to see if they could just work the short play. Quite quickly out, though.
Flashes in, the Eagles tap in. Slowy has been seen and taken out by Spinks. Good kill. Following up with another one, perhaps. Well, Aerial takes his Mac 10 straight towards Dotto, and Zori follows suit on Spinks at long range. Last player seems that towards the long control. Bursts through the Mac 10. Unable to line up the kill. Damage has been done towards the city side players, and eventually Snappy does get overwhelmed. We're disturbed seeing those last 2 out towards the mid doors. The bomb will be secured. D is going to go down, and Hades really can't do anything from here.
Save it again. Missed it. Come down to the wire. They've seen a couple of overtime losses, around 21, around 29 losses as well in a 16-13. So they always do keep it close and competitive. This time around, though, it seems that HAVU are just playing with a lot of momentum. Nade out towards the longhouse, does do some damage, allows a bit of a trade back. Snappy just instantly falling, though.
How are they going to go about this? Boost the AWP up on short. Try looking from elbow. Smoke does go down. Crosses lots. Molotov's in. What's D going to be able to do here? Up close against Personal. D, doubling up nicely against Zori as well. Can't find the triple, not yet at least. He is back behind the short boxes in a 2v2. His efforts have done some significant damage here for ENCE. The flashbangs in back at CT spawn. One player is involved. Dia sees his man, goes for the nose scrape up close, and Personal Slowy can find the back of the head. So it's all left to Hades now to clutch the retake.
1 versus 2 coming in for the short position. Doesn't have any nades to work with. Needs to try to isolate these fights. And for HAVU, they could just hide.
Oh, going for those wall bangs so close against Aerial. Would he go for a 3rd shot? He's thinking about it. It's pixels away from Aerial, though. Keeping his head ducked down further. Shots just way too high, man. Hades, aim a little bit lower. The CT cross. Can't quite catch a head just yet. They have got Disturbed also watching out for any sort of mid-rotations, and he'll catch off those players, but doesn't line up the shot against Spinks. He returns back to a 4v4. Smokes down at long. Bomb plot will come in for long, but it's a short retake instead for ENCE.
And they're coming quite quickly into this. Want to try and take the fight straight away, and at least Dotto starts off.
X7 there on the site, trying to try and hold them back. Crossfire from his 2 other teammates in the long control. They're going to try to suppress them all from the short position, it seems. Spraying through from X7. Player's been seen. Aerial gets his kill involved. 3v3. Spinks is tagged heavily though. Dotto's down. AK close to sight, lines them up. Slows Molotov actually burns Spinks out of the way. Snappy gets away with the kill, back slowly with the trade, and Aerial swings back on Dia. Great coordination again from HAVU to read the angles, read the round, and get it together for the T side.
Spinks has got to be able to find a fair few, allow that rotation to come in for Dia, and HAVU, they're just running.
Spinks gets the spray through the smoke, finds Aerial, at least re-smokes back the back lines. Dia gets taken to 14 points of health, but Disturbed caught off by a flashbang of Dia, allows Spinks a double kill. Spinks back even for even more, might even get the triple, not quite. Zori there with his trade, and the M4Cs, 2 more T-side members. They've got the man advantage though. ENCE, if they fall back behind the back lines, they can go for the retake. Trying to look up at the window. Hearing those footsteps, only Dotto here with the kit. Flashbangs in, Slowy's not going to get caught for it. Gets 1 and 2, nice and efficiently, swings back for the triple. And that is an efficient hold from the 2 players that remain. Zori and Snappy's Orbs back up here. Takes his shots on, can't land on the players coming out of the short control. Molotov towards Elbow, they're going to go very quick into this one as the counter incendiary back. Smokes involved, Slowy does find Dotto, and Hades followed suit upon. AWP so close behind the default boxes, can't get disturbed. Slowy sprays through, catches the man's angle. And how quickly and efficiently HAVU dealt with that A defensive. ENCE, where's the tactical pause?
Money. Like, I don't look at it as BM, I just look at it as just confidence and just getting under the skin. Like, just trying to tilt your opposition the best you can. Keep just getting this momentum going. Dono's at least does very well out for the pit position, but just gets a one-on-one, and that's it.
Look at the AK face of X7 right in the midst of the Molotov. The AWP could line up 2. Hades couldn't make it 3 though, and Zori and X7 chime right back in. How do you land a collat and still not maintain the man advantage? Molotov's involved, AUG spray. Zori's gonna cross past towards the side on 22 points of health. X7 is ready for Spinks, deals with him. It's all Snappy to clutch this. No kit in hand, he knows that he was there out towards CT, so the short player will start closing in from it. Didn't see him, Zori does though. Oh, that is going to be even more heartbreaking for ENCE, and for Hades especially. The Hades up. Which one would you prefer if you're HAVU? 45 seconds. Go towards that A site, and indeed that fake is involved. Molotov's into the site itself. AWP takes his shot, gets it back to a 4 versus 4. But look at X7 already down towards CT, turns away that one frag. Dia did not fire back though. He's being covered off from long though. X7 has seen him. Spray doesn't quite connect to the headshot. Meanwhile, Slowy gets the bomb plant in, and the CTs have got to rotate here with that short lurk in tow.
And, I mean, we were even talking about it a little bit earlier before the game started, that Disturbed hasn't played a HLTV official in like 19 months. And that was when he actually left HAVU as a player and actually...
On Dia, backed up. Molotov's inbounds. Flash is coming over for ENCE. Slowy's going to make his way around again from CT. No one's got this CT angle cut off. Finally, Hades turns it around. Has he had enough at this stage? He's got Slowy for 1 good frag. CT player caught off on the lurk. X7 gets that kill on Dotto. AUG back up at T-spawn. Does find a responsive frag. So it's Hades and Spinks. 2v3 down against them. Looking against Zori first and foremost. Orb to swing back here. Shots missed out. Zori can exit. And Spinks is all alone to clutch this whole thing. 1v3. Doesn't even get past the first hurdle. 15-0. What a half from HAVU.
Impressive. That's all.
The frags in against them. They're waiting back here. 60 seconds. Commitment coming through. Flashes. And all sorts going over. That nade, fantastic. Disturbed doesn't get away with any more than this, but Slowy's going to draw their attention even further away. X7 sees the heads, gets 1 and 2 and 3, making it a quadra. No! Slowy steals it away, but that's still 16-0. Absolute decimation from HAVU as ENCE just can't do anything on Dust 2. Map 2 goes the way of the team that picked it, and we head towards Nuke as a result. The third and final map of our first match of the playoffs. Do not go upset in the first round of the playoffs. Of course, they have that lower bracket to fall back on, but ideally they want to be making their way forward into the upper semi-finals. And Disturbed will kick things off on the right foot. Get in first blood against Dia. Dotto will trade back with the incendiary. Zori with the USP in the backlines. Perfect headshots land on Spinks, but not towards Hades. The same can't be said. 3 versus 3. The bomb can go down, but it's being suppressed here towards the upper heaven position, and Hades will land on the X7 and get that kill together. Aerial still up there, though, going to try and suppress. Slowy starts slowly pushing in. So Aerial is seen. They wrap that corner, find Snappy to a 2 versus 2, and they're still going quickly into this retake here. They've got no kits in. ENCE forced back. They still find Slowy, and it's all on Aerial now to clutch it.
A 1v2 dropping down. Hades with a 4K overall. A beautiful round for him. And what a way to start things off from ENCE, just getting your stand.
Could not be said for that Dust 2 map up. He was, well, he was getting TKs involved in that one. Only got 5 frags. But then again, everybody else was a little bit awkward there from ENCE in that particular map up. So a bit of a breath of life here for Nuke's start. They find that opening kill for HAVU once again. But ENCE with 2 good trades back, get the A site under their control.
Yeah, this pretty much just has to be a safe call. There's not really much at HAVU.
Most certainly won't be around for them. Very quick and efficient from the part of ENCE. And they're going to keeping all their main weapons in check.
No, just making sure that they're able to at least have some sort of investment going through into the third round.
Close to Dia's position, it will. Hades walking forward, Molotovs towards the back lines, the flashbangs involved. Backed up as the commitment comes through. Hades gets his kill. Snappy follows suit with a decent frag of his own right. Burst back at the M4, lines up 2. As they don't think he's there in the back. Peek up for Aerial does get dealt with, but a 2 versus 2, and Disturbed is still fragging. 3 kills to his name. Can he make it a quadra against Dotto? That's very possible, I want to say, for him. It's around the back lines of the site, 35 seconds. The other CT members falling away from the Heaven control. Finally, Dotto can get that trade. Tap the bomb once, try and force X7 forward. Maybe going for a wraparound here. If he does, he's going to have to be pretty quick. Walking away to the back lines, bomb plant to the back line will be secured on the B site. Where does X7 approach from? From ramp, seems to be the call here. Dotto looking on the entrance, sees his man, taps up the spray! Doesn't go well. X7 still wins the fight and wins the round for HAVU as well.
Imagine how hyped the comms are when their coach gets a 3K like that. That was such a sick hold coming through from Disturbed at the back of the side. Just wasting time, allowing more kills to come in.
D is taking a lot of damage just to get down here towards Secret. The CTs are aware of this. That player out towards Gary is going to hear the footsteps, but the flashbangs into the bomb site itself. Slowly gets his kill. No one checks the upper rafters and Disturbs. Another multi-frag round for him. The AK's taken out. Only Tech 9s for Dia and Snappy. As Dia falls, Snappy alone, 1v5. And they've done 1 point of damage to the CT forces. Tapping forward. Oh, sorry. No, go for the knife. He's going for the knife.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, he's got him. No, he's got him for the reload. Didn't even go for the right click. Oh, God. Oh, no. Mate, ENCE are going to be like off tilt. Thinking about Dust 2, still fresh in their minds. Tacticals initially. Can't catch a break in the start of this one. And the knife kill. Aggression coming in from Zori instead. That Orput around the corner. Is Spink's got his AK on lock? Yes, he has. Oh, just about wins that fight. Now gets the advantage back for ENCE. Only Disturbed in the back lines here. They know his position. Next 7's going to fall away. They have baited them over to the rotation, so they've cleared out that ramp entrance. Now they see the man. He gets his dink off on Spinks. Doesn't get the kill on him, though. 5 HP. Slowly and Disturbed on rotations here via Vents. In towards the observation window. Hades gets that shot in. Disturbed right in the midst of the smoke. Does get baited out. Hades does secure that secondary kill. But it could have been anybody else there from the T side line. Backed up here is the AUG as Zori watches into those back lines. Snappy with the rotations. Oh, slowly peeks up at the right moment. Finds Dia, catching him off guard as he's caught his back turned.
Just clearing out lobby, thinking the cities might have taken it. Nice little trade back, a really important kill to come through for Secret, just to span through that smoke. Disturbed then just gets caught.
Burst through, sees that first man, looks left and right, needs to call for that backup because they are on their way en masse and they overwhelm immediately. Dotto with a headshot, 4v2. And I think HAVU want to save.
And is this where ENCE really start coming into their own, especially on T side out of all?
Sixth to the board of ENCE. To go, I want to say. Outside control coming in for ENCE downstairs into the B site. I think they've got a player that's there that can test against it too, in fact. But the CT side, Hades still finds the angle on Zori, though. Picks up that first kill. X7 there with a responsive trade. Flashes the Molotovs in, looks for the second man. Barely gets the to 16 HP. It doesn't end up with a frag. Speaks now focusing downstairs on the corridor position alongside Dotto. Spray through and slowing an aerial. Catch those frags. And Disturbed remains standing as the last man left. 1v4, gets one, no more.
A decent attempt coming down into the vents, but yeah, just not to be. 8 on the board now for ENCE and
being contested.
Making sure they're utilizing the M4s the best that they can, get that opening man advantage. It looks to just be an upper take for the Ts.
Snappy with his shots in. Slowly can follow suit on Dotto, at least to a 4 versus 4. Gonna get Hades or Spinks, he'll try to. The AWP so ready for the close quarters kill. Found back, X7 forcing forward, Hades runs towards him, M4 back for a 2-band spray down, but 3 kills for Hades instead, and Zori now has both players right around the corner. Peeks up, Hades seen him, SMG spray gets desperate, but doesn't deal with both players. Does find the AWP, it gets recovered by ENCE to that 9-4 scoreline, and that is the economy again. And HAVU forced invest with the XM. Hades already catching Aerial, straight killing against him. Straight shot. Immediately dealing with the first man out of the outside. He's ready for the second as well. Slowy. 5 on 3. HAVU now being crept in from the back lines here up towards Heaven Control. Snappy's found such a great angle. Spray on the SMG. Disturbed quarter 17. Dead to the hands of Hades. Sorry, just find one good response and a second kill. Needs to get a whole lot more though. Actually makes it a triple. Hold on. Dotto giving up the angle. Molotov's him away for the moment.
X7 gets into the mix though. 1 versus 2. This is going to be a difficult clutch situation. Sorry. Just looking to see if he can find any more out of this XM. Can he find the 4K? No, X7 is going to be able to bail him out of that one. 5th on the board.
So Disturbed does get tagged up. Dotto is flashed out. Dia does see at least one player crossing. I don't think he caught the first man though.
Oh, crash shot coming out for Dotto. And the T's just keep giving him jewels. They keep trying to take these fights. They do dive down towards lower. Spink just gets an easy jewel onto X7 now.
That's forward to Dia, seeing what's going on here. He's going to call in the information that they are crossed. Spinks to catch the bomb carrier, catches the headshot. Aerial there with a responsive frag. So, now, 4 versus 2. Favors ENCE. Already a player on site. Aerial trying to turn that USP against his man. Takes a little bit of damage for it. The flank inbound from Disturbed. Got to turn away from it, and Stappy gets the kill in on the man, leaving it all to Aerial. 1 on 4 clutch scenario. If he had that back, it would have been possible, but now got to win every single individual fight for a full-blown ace clutch.
Oh, this could be on for a little bit. But you're right about the ace clutch. 2 kills already. Needs to try and isolate some more. Doesn't see the player out to ramp, and even just getting tagged up now. But he does deal with Dia.
15 seconds, seeing the shoulder. Takes his tap. Looking for his man up in the rafters. Hearing those footsteps. 10 seconds back to the observation window. Wraps around him. Can't get a headshot. Second teammate's also rotating. Snappy baits him to rotate up to the headshot.
He's lining off the orb, but they haven't been able to trade him.
Incendiary's down and trying to suppress AUG, looks around, trying to get that reload involved with the rifle wing. So Snappy with 2 SMG kills out towards ramp room, meanwhile gets a double involved. Hades follows suit on Sorry. Disturbed, well, last man standing in a 1 versus 4, dealt with to none before. And 12 to the board of ENCE.
They can't force again. Like, they're in a position where they went for the force.
Fires away, can't land. Another good frag, blind as it. Utility involved. Dotto in the back does see Slowy straight through. Lines up on Disturbed as well. As Hades and Spinks finds those next couple of kills on the crossfire, and it's 15-5 for ENCE.
Oh, easy pickings. That crossfire was just so damn locked. The T's tried to split their way into A, but just wasn't to be at all. Dotto out for the close fed position. Easy.
So I look at this and I wonder, how much was HAVU resting on that map pick? How much was it all about them? Hades does burn initially, so the Molotov's involved, but D is hearing all these footsteps, knows that they're making their way down towards Secret. Can he get the kills together against them? He will find Disturbed, at least that's a start.
That's a bit of a way in, but even the avenue, like, is it just going to get caught off? Snappy's already towards lower. Do they check the angle? The bomb gets dropped. He follows up with 2.
Massive, massive sequence from him. Can it equate to a round, a survival round for them? Or Zori finds Spinks. Back to evens we go. Slowly rotating back. He gets caught by Dotto, so it's all left to Zori here. 22 HP. Smokes down towards observation window, making his way forward against Dia. Wins that fight, tries to transfer back to Dotto, but cannot win it overall. So it will be a 16-5 scoreline, a 2-1 series. That does go the way of ENCE. And well, they might have looked a little bit awkward on Dust too, but that second map, that third map I should say, that was all theirs.